What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pete Buck's video series. On this occasion, we'll be talking about Sol ETH. As you can appreciate on the chart, and as we've been talking on this pair, Sol ETH had a potential distribution macro pattern closely to being confirmed. It will be a week of distribution type 2 schematic. But ever since we came down here and started building that bullish divergence, we talked about just regarding that possibility for a minute and focusing on a shorter time frame in the chart. And that's what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. And we didn't only did that because of the price action that we started forming at the end of June, but also because we had some news that Solana was also having ETF applications but to US funds. Although there has been some time that has passed since then, we have had significant development on the chart because on the day of July 6th, we had a high regarding this high from June 5th, and that could be a potential market structure break from this downtrend that we've been on for the past almost 3 months on this pair. And as of now, you're putting the highest daily candle close on this pair since May 20. So that's a significant event. It's reversing all of this downtrend pretty much of the last almost 2 months of today. And we already had that higher high, but we said on the last video, when was that higher low coming? Because when you get that higher high and then a higher low, you could potentially talk about now being on an uptrend and breaking market structure from this downtrend and just invalidating this whole distribution pattern. Although I do have to point out that formally and technically this distribution pattern would get unvalidated if you start trading here above the upthrust again. It seems like market participants are leaning towards that side of things, that Sol ETH is bullish, because not only this bullish divergence that we had here in the MACD histogram played out really well, but also this hidden bearish divergence that we had here and we talked about the past week, apparently it's not going to get confirmed because you had a maturity of the divergence. You had a development here. You came all the way down here, and by now you should be starting to print negative momentum and confirm the hidden bearish divergence. But the buyer stepped in today and pushed into the highest momentum on the MACD since July 12th. So maybe this could turn into another round of just positive momentum, and this whole hidden bearish divergence could simply just not play out. Also, I want to point out that the RSI on the daily is currently sitting at the 63-point level, which is a control zone for the bulls. This is the bullish control zone. Every time an asset goes above 60 points, you enter the bullish control zone where buyers are in control of the market. And on the opposite hand, if it falls below 40 points, you enter the seller's control on the RSI. So that's pretty significant. We do have to wait for the higher low. I do not consider this to be a higher low because a low has to have more pronunciation in the chart. It needs to be somewhat of a larger drop, not just a small pullback like that one. So maybe if we do, for example, if we do something like that, then this will be your higher low, and you could talk about market structure when you come here and say that now buyers are in control on Sol ETH. And it makes sense because we also have talked a lot about Solana being the risk on index for this bull run. Ever since the bull market started in October, when conditions has been good, Solana has been trading and uptrending pretty hard, and when conditions have been bad, Solana has just been lagging, chopping, or just downtrending for some time. So when you see Bitcoin recapture key levels, you see Solana popping off, and that's exactly what has happened for the past week. So on SolETH, I think eventually this whole distribution, it's gonna be thrown out the window, especially if you have Bitcoin chatting up and running into 72K and resistance and possibly breaking that resistance and going to price discovery. I think this whole distribution is just going to get invalidated. And on the opposite hand, if you get somewhat of a third lower high on Bitcoin and you start rolling over, then I think you have more chances of this maturing into a week of distribution type 2 scenario, and just this being another last point of supply, and possibly entering somewhat of a bear market where Solana will lose most of its market share against Ethereum. That's how I'm basically looking at it. Looking at this ticket right now, just having Sol as a risk on index for this bull market around. So recapturing a lot of key levels today, getting back above here. This inflection point is pretty real here, as you can see. Was tested as resistance on July 7 and had somewhat of a sell-off, and then buyers were able to get that follow through today, piercing through that resistance and possibly going on a run for 5,537 here, and then 5,913 later on if buyers are able to step in, and from then you pretty much are pretty close to price discovery here, because you'll see here on the left, this is are the all-time highs for SolETH from November 2021, and above there's clear skies for SolETH to run. So that's regarding SolETH. Let's take out a look at Solana. So Solana running against the $179 resistance. Pretty real inflection point from the past. You'll see from 2021, quite a strong resistance and then support. And then when you lost it, you just came back straight down to 144 levels. So we talked about the 170, 144 level being pretty much up and down territory. And that's basically what happened after you had this breakout here from 144. So Solana against USD is going for the highest daily candle close since June 6, printing the highest momentum on the MACD histogram since May 22nd. So that's pretty significant, shows a lot of strength. Also the RSI, it's on the 63, almost 64 points level. So on the bullish control zone, and it just looks phenomenal. You're just testing this strong resistance here again. Maybe you get some follow through within the weekend, but just looks pretty good. It's currently up almost 6% on a day. So BTC, it's up 1.5% on a day, going for the highest daily candle close since May 23rd, chat. It's printing strong positive momentum once again. That looks pretty similar to SolETH. It also had this potential hidden bearish divergence that has not been confirmed as of yet. It's at the 59 point level on the RSI, so getting close to the bullish control zone on Solana against BTC, and above this level here, an inflection point from 2021, and above also this reversal point from 2021. So you're on up and down territory in SolETH. You could get somewhat of a reaction, maybe at around this levels here. You have some confluence, but I think that the next level here for Sol BTC is this complacency shoulder top here at around 30,680. So that's a lot of upside from here. You're building up volume on exchange. So It's everything that you want to see if you're risk on and bullish on Solana. On the other hand, if you take a look at Ethereum, it's underperforming. Bitcoin today is only up 2.5%, going against resistance. You'll see it's pretty real from 2021, the top of the complacency shoulder from April of 2022. And if you want to see 4K, $4,000 per ETH, you do want to stay above here, this level, 3,582 on 3,519 are these big inflation points that I think if you are able to have a breakout, then you'll be going for 4K. And Ethereum is printing the highest daily candle close since June 19. So you can see Solana outperforming there on this bounce, printing the highest momentum on the MACD histogram since May 28, and it's at the 60-point level on the RSI. So it's just got above the bullish control zone today. And Ethereum against BTC, it's down 1.8% on the day. Doesn't look that great. Building negative momentum once again here at the lows. So the 42-point level on the RSI. So just coming off the bearish control zone here. I mean, you had a run up to 50 almost a day ago, and then a rejection, and my bad, coming down possibly into bearish control zone soon if buyers don't step in. I do have to mention that Ethereum is gonna have its ETF trading on next Tuesday. I think it's going to be July 23rd. So that could be interesting in price action, because as of now, it doesn't look that good. You have 3 confirmed lower highs. You don't have 3 falling peaks. Classic distribution pattern, because you would need this low to be a lower low regarding this low. But I've seen some structures that could confirm somewhat distribution on just 3 lower highs. And also you're below 5,619. This critical inflection point from not just 2021, but also 2017, you'll see how it's worked as resistance. You came here, had a large sell-off, then worked as support, then resistance once again, large sell-off, support, and then a failed support that turned out to be a nuke, and also was regarded as an inflection point on 2021. And we've been chopping, staying below that level for a while. I've stated that anytime that ETH BTC gets back above that level, then maybe you can get excited about an altcoin season and at about a sustained Ethereum outperformance to BTC, but that has not happened just yet. You're going to need more time. Maybe the ETF does somewhat stuff like that. But this just could turn into a continuation of the downtrend, just a massive lower high regarding this highs, and just maybe trade into lower lows. I'm hoping it doesn't, but this is just somewhat of an inversion of Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin dominance has looked bullish for the past few weeks, and we talked about this on our last video about this potential inverse head and shoulders is not being confirmed yet. This is the neckline for the confirmation, and also on the 3-day you have this inverse head and shoulders as well. And this candle is about to close in an hour and 4 minutes, so you'll be printing the lowest negative momentum on the MACD histogram since June 23rd on the 3-day chart, and possibly the next 3-day bar could be a green bar here, confirming this whole inverse head and shoulders, and maybe having a Bitcoin dominance run up again into fresh highs, or maybe rattling the highs from April 12th. Who knows? We'll know. Hopefully, and what I like to see is that Bitcoin dominance is uptrending, but at least it's on bullish conditions for BTC. So it means that BTC it's sucking the liquidity of most of the altcoins on this run up and having a better performance than altcoins on this recovery from the stump. Oh, obviously there are some altcoins that have been outperforming BTC, for example, like Solana. It's up 6%. We just talked about Sol BTC. Pepe is up 8.3%. Bonk is going bonkers today. WIF is actually underperforming BTC today. It's up 3.5%, and so on. So that's what means this BTCD possibly reversal of this downtrend. Hopefully it's for a short squeeze on BTC running into fresh highs, hopefully all-time highs, and you'll see Bitcoin strength with it, with the exception of some coins. And then when Bitcoin's it's at enough frothy levels, you'll see that BTCD roll over and market participants starting to bid more altcoins than Bitcoin itself. So yeah, like I said before, I'm just focusing on this chart from June 23rd onwards, just trading it as it is. This hidden bearish divergence has not been confirmed, and I think it's shows somewhat strength if it just disregards and continues to bring strong positive momo. And the RSI is at the 63-point level, so deep in the bullish control zone. So I'm not going to pay attention to this whole distribution schematic unless we lose this low here and coming to a sign of weakness, and I'll be also waiting for the higher low for a formal confirmation of a market structure break of this daily downtrend on the daily. But on the weekly, this asset's bullish, and on the higher time frames as well. So it's quite the sight to behold. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Remember to leave me a comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.